Hi, my name is Robyn Douglas, and I have been working with Crystal Oliveria for a little over a year. And prior to us meeting, I had been thinking about going to graduate school for a couple years. And at the time that we met, I was working at a nonprofit and really seriously considering what the next 5 to 10 years of my life are going to look like. And graduate school, I went back to that. That's what I wanted to do. I wasn't sure how I was going to pay for it though, and that was probably the largest hurdle that I had to overcome internally for myself, and also presenting that to my family. There's a lot of fear around the financial aspect of going to graduate school, and yeah, I needed help. I was overwhelmed and I had no idea where to begin. Um, so when I met Crystal and not only like heard of her service that was being offered, but also her story of being able to bring in a large amount of money to go to school, I was really impressed. So yeah, and I wanted to have what she had, and I wanted to know how to do it because I really felt ready at this point in my life. Um, and what it was like to be coached. Uh, Initially, for me, it was a little scary because I was going to be on video and I was going to meet her every week on video and be held accountable. Um, and I think, yeah, in the beginning I was definitely nervous, but over time we built a really strong relationship and I really was able to trust. Uh, Crystal was here to help me and guide me, and it wasn't about. In my head, I was thinking like, oh, she's criticizing I'm not doing it right. No, no, that's not what it was at all. And over time, I became really comfortable and open to her suggestions and the way that she talked to me and guided me and the patience and compassion she had for this process because it's a huge life decision and there are a lot of components that are, yeah, they're difficult to kind of mentally work through in addition to the actual process of applying for grad school and what goes into that. Mainly I'm thinking about my personal statement, and that's something we worked on a lot together. And I would say not only being able to come out with a final product of the personal statement, but Crystal working with me to help me tell my story, and to tell it in a way that I felt comfortable and proud of myself, um, was really important in the process. And yeah, so that's something I've gotten, and I continue to, even after writing the personal statement, like continue to rework my story, um, in a way, not rework it. I mean, it's true, it's my story, but talk about it in a way that I can feel, that's authentic and kind of will move me forward in my life versus kind of keeping me somewhere, holding me back. Um, the outcome of working together was getting accepted to the school, my number one school that I wanted to go to, Smith College School for Social Work. I was also initially awarded $13,000 in scholarships, and then a few weeks later, I was sent an email from the school saying that they had an additional $5,000 to award me. So for a total of $18,000. Which, if you watch the video, I was definitely overwhelmed, and I'm still overwhelmed. I mean, it's so much money, and um, yeah, and so the great thing about that too is if I stay in good standing, which at this point seems like that's going to happen, I can get the grants and scholarships renewed for next year, for my second year of school. So there was fear about going and making this decision, but when I really laid out all the facts and all the work that we had done together, which is documented, um, I I had to go, and so I quit my job um, in a very professional way and got on a plane and went to Massachusetts and started graduate school. Now I'm back in the Bay Area. I'm working on my first year field internship as a social work student, and I feel so grateful for where my life is today. Um, I can't even believe sometimes, like when I just stop and look back at the last even 6 months, 9 months, like where I was and where I am now, and how much more comfortable I feel in my experience and my story and my and like what I can offer to the world. So thank you so much, Crystal. I really appreciate all the work that we've done together. It has changed my life.